Hi, I'm Kata, and this is Torn City News. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty excited that the $1 million lurker is back. I cannot express enough how much I love what this person is doing. Torn needs more positivity, not that everyone needs to give away all of their money or all of their belongings or anything like that, but the lurker provides us with a wonderful example of what can be done by players themselves to improve the game overall. I know the $1 million lurker has been hard at work already sending money to random people, usually in global, because I've heard rumors already of their generosity. But who is the mysterious lurker? The lurker and I would like to see your best conspiracy theories on who you think they are and why you think they do what they do. There's a post available in general discussion where you can share your ideas. You never know if the lurker likes what you said on there. You might find yourself a little bit richer than you were before. And yes, I did pretty much just read the post that I already made because I'm too lazy to actually have written something new. And it still worked. I mean, it was fine. So this might not really be super big news anymore because it's been, like a really long time since I was supposed to report on this. I've been slacking horribly lately with TCN and kind of the game as well. But I said I was going to say something about it, so I am. JFB changed their name to Warbirds a long ass time ago. I like the name Warbirds a lot better than JFB, so this was a good change in my opinion. It, to me, makes me feel like I should take them a little bit more seriously. And JFC changed their name to Chain Reaction, which is still better than JFC, but I'm not a super huge fan of. But I was told that the last 25K chain reaction did, they shattered the respect that was held previously by SA and managed to beat their own time record by 3 hours. So in one chain, they broke 2 records for the 25K, which is pretty fantastic if you ask me. Soldier Girl sold Hold Your Fire, which she owned from January 2013 to May 2018. So that was pretty big news. Let's see here. Brachier Fisk says, he mailed me this. The Fisk faction's 6 companies are now hiring employees. The daily pay is $100K regardless of stats. Also, Kata, I'm single. So I guess contact Brachier Fisk for more details on that. Probably not on the last bit about me being single, or him being single, not me being single. And I'm all flustered. Let's see here. Oh, after months of fighting, PT and Relentless have called a truce. This is probably a good thing for them, not having to be fighting constantly, but it's a pretty crappy ending for the rest of us. Everyone's pretty much bored and stupid right now with nothing interesting happening in the game, so it was nice to have a little bit of conflict. But you never know, maybe someone else will start poking and cause some trouble to liven things up a little bit. But not me. I've done my fair share. It's somebody else's turn this time. Thank you. So it's been months since I posted the thread about the Untouchables being touched in bad places, and it seemed to turn into quite the circus since then, with multiple other threads popping up and 2 newspaper articles about it. It started as Trotsky being blamed for scamming the faction out of billions. Then people were saying that wasn't the case, but then they were again. And then it was just a huge mess. And I'm still not exactly sure what the conclusion was. Honestly, I lost interest after making my thread. But I have seen Trotsky annoyingly bashing people in like every single post he makes, which leads me to believe he's an idiot. Also, the newspaper mentioned that Hermione lent the Untouchables $10 billion to tide them over until they could get back on their feet, but Kingstown thought it was a donation and not a loan. So when she asked for it back, well, did I mention it was a big mess? In the end, Hermione was rightly paid back, unfortunately at the expense of other faction members. Somebody switched faction. Oh, somebody, like actually somebody, not like somebody switched factions. Somebody switched factions. New leadership is in place and Kingstown is now MIA. I don't know much about what else is going on there, but it does look like the Untouchables might finally be starting to come back from all this craziness. And more power to them. I really, really hope that they do. Dude, who was recently divorced by his husband, Brachier Fisk, who was hitting on me, I think, earlier, asked me if I could put this proposal in the TCN for him. I read through it and it seemed rather sweet, so I decided to go ahead and give it a go. Dude says, oh, this is about Teutonic Lady. I'm pretty sure that's how you say her name. She said, "Forums is my favorite tool. Is it your favorite too? Come live in my private island so I can be with you. I would like to take this opportunity to say that I love you, Teutonic Lady." This is from Dude. "You have that funny side that makes me smile. My heart stops for a while. You are just perfect for me. I will forget you placing bounties for Sharky, forget your degenerate gambling, forget your stupid anime posting, forget your reckless trash talking, and make you my world. You just have to say yes. Teutonic Lady, will you marry me?" Oh, it's so sweet. You have to say yes. Oh, I'm going to butcher this name, but really, what else is new here? Panopticism is an up-and-coming torn artist who does absolutely amazing work. I stumbled upon her art when she did this fantastic piece for Rainbowsaurus and Sullen Genie. But I skimmed through her thread, and she's just amazingly talented. She only takes a certain amount of orders at a time, but it's definitely worth trying to get on the list. For sure, take a minute to look through her thread, and if you do commission a piece, make sure that you tip really, really well so she continues to provide awesome art to Torn City. As I mentioned earlier, the game has been a bit boring as of late, so it's great to see Chadburn making an attempt to make things at least a little bit more interesting by adding a new honor that can be achieved. Here are some of the honors that have been added recently. We have Alcoholic, which is 500 bottles of alcohol, drunk. Talented for reaching 100,000 intelligence. Tireless for reaching 100,000 endurance. Tough for reaching 100,000 manual labor. Mastermind for participating in 100 organized crimes. Bibliophile for reading 10 books. Guardian Angel for defeating someone while they are attacking someone else. Powerhouse for gaining 10 million strength. You needed to train strength to trigger that one. Tourist for spending 7 days in the air, which you needed to travel to trigger that one. The special one-day events that have been popping up are also appreciated, as well as all of the annual contests that we have going on. It's hard to believe, but the Mr. and Ms. Torn competition should be coming up here soon. Seems like we just had the last one. It's pretty crazy. I know I'm about ready to get my picture going again. I already figured out last year what I wanted to do for this year. I'm not sure if it's actually going to work, though. This Dolph wanted me to let everybody know that Harley smells. Just putting that out there. Let's see here. Horse races. Betting on horse races has been indefinitely suspended. The rumor is this is because certain users were taking advantage of the fact that the betting wasn't updated to real time, which allowed them to use the real statistics when circumstances would change to their advantage. This, I believe, is what Buston was talking about when he scammed Hildy and outed Relentless's betting habits. Although, like I've said before, I don't bet, so I don't really get involved with this type of thing. So hopefully eventually this feature will be improved upon and will be approved upon to stop the exploiting, and the horses will be back. And then we can start working to bringing dogs back again. Seems like quite a few detective agencies have hit 7 stars lately based on the increase in people complaining of longer flight times. Apparently for 50 points, people in detective agencies can increase another's flight time by up to 2 hours. The nice thing about this is that it's a sellable service. So even if you don't have a job at a detective agency, you can still pay someone to delay that idiot that bashed you in the forums 2 hours on their way to rehab. It's almost like being hosped overseas, but you don't even have to have the stats to beat them, which is really, really exciting. Amazing. Congrats to Zombie for hitting 2 billion in stats and gaining legitimacy in JFA. I'm still working out how what he posted was insulting to me, but I'm sure I'll figure it out someday, or someone could just explain it to me, like slowly. Okay, like very slowly. I swear I'm not blonde. Oh, we have an exciting merge involving Lex Talonis. I don't even know how to say that. And Immortal Droogs. They will now be known as the Honey Badgers, which is an interesting name. This merge will come shortly after the news of Memento Mori and For the Winners splitting, that merge didn't last long. Torn Medical is accepting war contracts. I've had great experiences with this faction, would recommend them to anyone if you are in need of revives. Melons was feted for allegedly giving out another player's personal information in global chat, but he managed to weasel his way out of Fed with nothing more than a couple of sore knees. Hades self-feted, Orbital Sentry also self-feted. And then after all that talk about not caring about being a scammer, Buston self-feted. He could have at least sent me the billions of dollars he scammed first, but no, of course not. Chibs is done with his chat ban. He said he's on his best behavior, so we'll see how that goes. This is another one that I'm taking bets on how long it takes before he gets banned again. But I do actually kind of hope this time that he doesn't. I know usually I'm like, it's Chibs, and I feel like he should get banned again. But he's been actually on pretty good behavior lately, and he's been pretty nice. Oh, and I'm not sure if I ever reported that Lane was chat banned again. I don't remember. It happened a long time ago. Oh, Check is chat banned as well. Hi, Check. Evil Duck quit again, which I'm actually surprisingly a bit sad about. We were talking about him and Sharpmid maybe doing a segment since the two of them together are actually pretty funny on voice, but maybe when he comes back, who knows. Mad Dog was feted and then released, which was pretty amusing because people had posted on the thread about him being feted and said all sorts of accusing things on there. Then right after he got out, you could read the thread, so that was pretty funny, but a new player was on the forums accusing him of sexual harassment of sorts. That was a really rather interesting little mini drama for a bit there, mostly because nobody else had anything better to do at the moment, but still. Oh, this one was pretty fun. Ched threatened to delete Deck Lauren from the game if Deck didn't stop hospitalizing staff members. Can't say that I would be anywhere near sad to see him gone from the game. So, Deck, if you're watching this, say damn the man and take a stand against those pesky staff members. You go, Deck. You don't need to take that from Ched. You show him who's boss. And don't let the cell door hit you on your way into Fed. Trader, a.k.a. Hillbilly, he's Hillbilly now. He didn't actually quit, but he changed his name and has cut back tremendously from playing, which isn't a bad thing at all. But I did want to say that a new player did take his name, so keep that in mind if you're messaged by a player named Trader or if you're trading with someone named Trader. It's not the same Trader as a few months ago. Perf is a newer player that made the mistake of saying some completely inappropriate comments about a JFA 2.0 member's family member. Let's just say that didn't go over very well, and now he's in Fed. So yeah. We lost a beautiful and caring Torn citizen recently, Keelos and Cream. I had the pleasure of meeting her a few months ago, and she was incredibly sweet every time I had the opportunity to talk with her. She had recently posted in the forums and was excited about the thread. So as a tribute to her memory, it would be really nice if everyone could upvote her thread in general discussion. It's called Sappy Shit, and I'll bump it after I make this episode's thread. Thank you, and that's all I have for today. Keep it classy, Torn. And good night, love.